Now, the long-standing war in Afghanistan has reached a watershed moment. Taliban has taken over Kabul and the country has descended into chaos, fear and uncertainty. The UNSC, under India's presidency, held an emergency meeting on the situation in Afghanistan. Let's take a listen.
Anger, frustration, helplessness, and a sense of betrayal. The Afghan citizens are feeling let down by the world after the Taliban swept back to power. The mood on the ground reflected in the Afghanistan government's plea at a hurriedly convened emergency meeting of the United Nations Security Council. Afghan envoy to UN Ghulam Isakzai urged the UN not to recognize any administration that achieves power by force.
Today I'm speaking on behalf of millions of people in Afghanistan whose fate hangs in the balance and are faced with an extremely uncertain future. I'm speaking for millions of Afghan girls and women who are about to lose their freedom to go to school, to work, and to participate in the political, economic, and social life of the country. Taliban have already started house-to-house searches in some neighborhoods, registering names and looking for people in their target list.
The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres too urged the world to stand by the people of Afghanistan.
The following days will be pivotal. The world is watching. We cannot and must not abandon the people of Afghanistan.
India, which took over the presidency of the UNSC recently, highlighted the plight of Afghan citizens, especially women and children.
As a neighbor of Afghanistan, as a friend of its people, the current situation prevailing in the country is of great concern to us in India. Afghan men, women and children are living under a constant state of fear.
The United States urged the Taliban to protect civilians and permit humanitarian organizations.
Today I want to reiterate, reemphasize, and reassert this call. Civilian populations, including journalists and non-combatants, must be protected. Attacks against civilians or civilian objects must stop, and the human rights and fundamental freedoms of all Afghan citizens, especially women, girls, and members of minority groups, must be respected.
There is, however, growing realization that nothing much can be done. The United Nations itself is divided. Two permanent members, China and Russia, look inclined to do business with the Taliban. The Chinese ambassador to the UN appeared to suggest the past 20 years under the US-backed Afghan government were a failure in controlling terror.
In the last 20 years, terrorist organizations such as Islamic State, Al-Qaeda and ATM have gathered and developed in Afghanistan, posing a serious threat to international and regional peace and security. Afghanistan must never again become a haven for terrorists.
There is a growing realization that the Taliban is here to stay. In its previous stint, Taliban was a pariah. This time, with the US in a weaker position, the Islamic extremist group would be hoping to steer clear of big global sanctions. But will the world let the Taliban go scot-free after breaking the power-sharing deal? It's too early to hazard a guess. Bureau Report, India Today.